out the shells, clean them, to take out all the things growing on the shells. Because the shells suspended like that, a lot of plankton go on that. And we have a lot of things, algae, anemones, ascidians, sponges.
So cleaning the outside.
Yeah, we have to clean just the outside of the
Yeah.
shell from all these things. So this is done every 2 months. We don't have to feed them, they find the food in the lagoon. And after 18 months to 24 months, we can harvest the pearls. So when we make the first seeding, they were 3 years old, small like that. 2 years later, quite bigger. And it's a kind of shame to just lose the shell, just cutting the shell, taking out the pearl, and nothing else. So we want to make a bigger pearl with a bigger shell. If we try the Mikimoto technique, after harvesting the first pearl, it never works. There is some scar into the shell, into the the pearl pocket, and more than that, we still have some cells of the first pearl sac, so the cells of the graft tissue, staying in the pearl pocket. And if we put a new mantle piece, it will melt with the first one and give something not good. So we cannot use the Mikimoto technique for a second pearl with a bigger shell. So the Australian working on pearl oysters sooner than us found a technique to make this second or third pearl. And this technique is very simple. In fact, we just cut. There is a pearl here. Just cut behind the pearl slowly and push the pearl outside. And in our case, if the pearl is quite good, roundish, colorful, not too many imperfections, good luster, we replace the pearl by a new bead, the same size the pearl we have harvested. So there is an empty room in the pearl sac. Take out the pearl, put a new bead. That's it. We don't have to put any mantle piece. What happened? The cells still there from the first pearl sac just made a second pearl sac around this new bead. And so we have again growth of these new pearls.
So you get 2 pearls from one.
3.
3.
We can. Theory we can. We don't always. It's only 20% of the first shell which are used for a second pearl.
Right.
And 5% for a third pearl.
Right.
Not many big pearls, but we try. What is important to understand is that the growth of the pearl is not like that. I will say 10 years, excise.
Right.
No, it's not like that. It's a little bit like us. So after 2 years, that's the way we think it's the good compromise. Just keep the growth is very limited after 2 years. So we take out the pearl, we put a new nucleus. As a new pearl sac is formed around this new nucleus with new cells, that's why we have a growth again. So we have the first step, take out the pearl, put the new, and again and again. So we produce 3 pearls here. In Australia, they have not the same kind of shells. Here, lifespan of our shell is about 10 years. In Australia, it's about 20 years.
Wow.
They produce 7 pearls.
7?
Yeah, sometimes.
Wow.
That's why they have so big pearls over there. Here, when we have a 16, we are very happy. The 16 grade A, I mean, or grade B. Because the problem is that to produce beautiful big pearls, it's very difficult. Here in French Polynesia, it seems to be easier in Australia, but here with the second pearl we lose a little bit the luster, we lose a little bit the color. We don't. It's very, very difficult to have a greenish, very green second operation. It's not common to have for the first one, but the second it's green. No. and the third. We have also more default, the imperfection on the surface. The pearls are bigger, so of course easier to have more imperfection on the surface. So to have a beautiful big pearl, it's very difficult. So even if they have a big nucleus inside, they have about the same coating than the first, but they are very rare if they are very good, so very expensive even if they have a big bead. That's the way we work. So first operation, small 6 millimeter bead, we have pearl of 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, or not very rare, but we can have a few. But the average size is 9 millimeter with the first bead.
Right.
And the second operation really depends on the size of the pearl we have harvested. And we will have these 12, 11, 12, 13 millimeter for the second, and sometimes 15 and 16 for the third.
Wow. A lot of expertise
Yes,
and experience.
yes, a lot of things. Of course, all the lagoons are a little bit different. All the lagoons are different. You have lagoons with more sandy, like Rangiroa. You have